Comrade Atiku Isa, who is the president of National Association of Nigerian Students. Comrade, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you around.
Thank you for having me.
But again, Comrade, are you the president or factional president? Which one are you? Because some other person is also claiming to be Nans president.
I think that has been laid to rest by the President and Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. A letter was written to me and I was addressed as the Nans president. I can show you. This is the letter. I was addressed as Nans president by the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, and I was invited on the instruction, on the directive of President Tinubu, through the Chief of Staff, Bajabi Amila. The President and Commander-in-Chief asked me as the National President of Nans to meet with the Honorable Minister of Education. So that has been laid to rest.
Right. In the course of all this struggle, you ended up in detention. What was the experience like? And would you also like to go back to that kind of environment again?
Well, it was a wonderful experience because it afforded me the opportunity of meeting somebody that is dear to my heart now. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Really?
I was detained, and the first day I was brought out, I saw him. I was shocked. So I now went close to him. I said, I am Comrade Atiku Isa. I wanted to introduce myself. I said, no, I know you. So he started telling me about what happened. So I became shocked. I said, then he told me that be strong. That was how I continued discussion with him for about 2 months. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I know very well, very well. And let me tell you that people don't know that it was prior to my meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I had thought that he was a wicked man who wanted to divide the country because I am a patriotic Nigerian and I don't want anything that will bring confusion in this country. So that was the mindset I had. But after meeting him, in the detention, I realized that the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Kanuris there are all loyal to him. You'll be shocked that he has more supporters in the DSS facility than he has outside, because if anywhere you live and you have more than 95% of the people who are supporting you, on a daily basis, you tell me, Atiku will be strong. And along the line, now told me that, okay, I want you to play along so that they release you from here. I don't want you to continue to stay in detention. That was when I said, I'm ready to remain in detention. I said, no, this place is not good for you. Play along. Do whatever they want you to do. Get away from here and go and meet your family. I said, you are here. Say, don't worry. You go out. I don't want to see young men like you to be in detention. So that is the person we are talking about, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. A very passionate leader with compassion, and he has the interest of, especially the masses at heart. And I think the problem he has, which is not a problem, is that he's too courageous and fearless. And that is why, to me, he is still in detention. Courageous and fearless. If the likes of Igboho, their cases will be discontinued. The chairman of Mieti Allah, their cases, Mieti Allah was arrested and detained in the same facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained. I was there, so I know all of these things. For security reasons, I won't mention the places. I know they are very, if you close my eyes, I can take you to the detention facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is currently, and where Mieti Allah chairman was before he was released. Don't forget, he was arrested. His boys were alleged to have stabbed a general. You see, his boys were alleged to have killed soldiers. I know all lives are equal, but the life of a military man should be seen as being special because they protect the lives of the of others. If any group that will attack military men, those groups should be seen as being extremely violent, and they should be condemned in totality. The military men deserve respect and honor because they are putting their lives to protect us. So now, this same man, his case was discontinued. A Fulani man, his case was discontinued. Yes, he's my brother. I'm happy the case was discontinued, but I'm not happy that military men were attacked. Now Igboho, who was agitating to, his agitation was very violent. So many lives were lost. Security personnel were attacked. Yet his case was discontinued because he's a Yoruba man. I did not meet Igboho, and I did not meet the chairman of Miyetti Allah. But I heard a lot of things about them. But in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the things, he has been in detention. If the last one and the one that he's still in detention started in 2021, for all of these years, if they have anything against him, why have they not brought it out? There's nothing against him, unlike these two people that their cases were discontinued. For all of these years, if they have anything against him, why have they not brought it out? There's nothing against him, unlike these two people that their cases were discontinued. You know that these two men I mentioned do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. Okay, I am in order now. As at this moment, I am still owing, as a result of the mobilization I did for people to come to Abuja to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We knew that they were going to attack us. We were tear-gassed. We still protested. We were ready to lay down our lives for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we believe that he has our interest at heart. So a man that has such support, I'm not talking about, let me tell you this, that in the entire of the Southeast, all the governors combined together do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. The president is always standing by his friends. His friends in the Southeast know that once Mazi is released, they will not be able to rig, maim, and retain their offices. So they are the one running up and down to plead with Mr. President to continue with this case. Mr. President is a comrade. He has been in struggle for a long time. So there's no way he will allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to be in detention. He would have since ended this shenanigan called trial, which has lasted for 4 years and nothing has come out of it. But because of these governors and some leaders, when we wanted to do the protest, I reached out to some senators from the Southeast, some leaders from the Southeast. Their responses made it clear to me that they were the ones behind the persecution for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because these people cannot win election. So on this, let them discontinue. If Igboho's case will be discontinued, our brother, the chairman of Miyetti Allah's case will be discontinued. Let the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be discontinued, and then I can assure you that I will move around the entire North to campaign for President Tinubu. I will do that. I told him that I went to Kano, I met with him, that this is the only reason. This I will do. I will also appeal to him that there's no need for agitation. The president, discuss with Mr. President all your grievances so that these things can be settled amicably, so that the security of lives and properties in the Southeast and the entire country will be guaranteed. This is what we want. We have, you see, this diversity is good for us. As a northerner, why do I like the Igbo people? Most of them are resilient and they are courageous. That does not mean you don't have cowards among them. When you say a particular tribe has this character, what it means is that more than 70% of them, they have that character. But you can still have some persons again who do not have such characters. So now this is a region that more than 70% of them are resilient. They are very hardworking. They are courageous. And they love their leader. We in the North, we also love him.
What do you say to those who argue that Kanu detention is illegal under international law? Some others say that he's a terrorist and all kinds of allegations. What is the truth? Given the little you know about him, your interaction with him in the last 2 months while in detention, what do you think?
I think by my little exposure and my stay in the North and in some other parts of the country where I have had cause to listen to persons who have directly or indirectly met with terrorists, I should know one when I see a terrorist. A terrorist will not be talking about peace. I was shocked when I met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was always emphasizing about peace and justice. So a terrorist will not want people to live peacefully. I believe in him 100%, more than I believe in my state governor, more than I believe in virtually all Nigerian leaders. And that's why I am out. That's why I have been going through all of this, and that's why I'm appealing. You see, of course, I don't have access to him now, but I can tell you that because I know the kind of person that he is, Mazi, as a courageous man, he listens to his followers. He knows I love him, and I know he loves me. So for that reason, once he's released, I'll go and appeal to him. That the same way you told me to play along, I played and I have been released. When I was released, I went on air to appeal to Mr. President for your case to be discontinued. I know you are a strong man, but because of those of us who love you and we want to see you outside, please stop so and so, discuss with Mr. President, and see how this thing can be resolved amicably. I am very sure Mazi will listen to me because he is a listening person. We argue with him on certain things, and he's very vast. So that is the reason why I am coming out now to make this appeal and to tell Nigerians that, and all those listening to us, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. He is not a criminal. His only problem is that he's fearless and courageous. He hates injustice. He used to tell me, he will speak in Igbo and translate to me. He will say this is a proverb in Igbo language. That I remember a particular one that he told me, that in their place, when a child is beaten by his parents, is being beaten by his parents, and the child runs to an elder, yes, that elder will now serve as a shield, so that the parents will not continue to beat again. And also that if anybody is being molested, it is the responsibility of others to come out and stand for the person who is being molested, so that you don't keep quiet when a particular person is being humiliated. That he will speak in, he said that this is a proverb in Igbo language, and then he will translate that this is, so there are so many things he told me, so that these things are not allowed. These things, these are the things that are not good, and society must condemn acts of injustice. And that's why, and he demonstrated that, and he's still demonstrating that in the detention facility where he is. As I speak to you, if not because of the professionalism of the DSS officers who are close to him, I can tell you that all of them, if you ask them, those that are close to him, that work close to him, all of them, no exception, will say that they should release him. All of them, they like him. The way they interact with him, you see that they like him. Everybody that detention facility, they will want him to go, but they will miss him. All. You have virtually all tribes in that detention facility, but all will want him to go. All are saying he's a good man. Those who don't know him, are they now saying that all the people who are with him don't have their reasoning and their thinking is bad? Everybody in that detention facility, I let the DSS conduct a survey. Everybody will say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a good man. The Igbos will say the same. Yorubas will say the same thing. The Fulanis will say the same thing. The Hausas will say the same thing. I met him just for how many days. See how I am passionate about him now. I'm among those who are his members already. Anywhere he goes, that is where I go. Because I know he's a good leader. You see, you will always want to be by somebody who will not betray you. Somebody that you know that will always stand for you. You know, he was kidnapped from Kenya. Also, I think he was kidnapped. Why should you kidnap somebody and bring the person to Nigeria to come and try? And even in Nigeria, I think there was a judgment that was given that he should be released and a compensation paid. Why was that judgment not carried out? So this thing has nothing to do with law. It is pure political witch hunt, and that's why we want Mr. President to just end this.
All right, let's look at the judgment has been fixed. His judgment on terrorism charge against him has been fixed for 20th of this month. Supposing the case does not go the way of Nnamdi Kanu, are you foreseeing probably tension in the southeast?
Not just tension, there might not be election in the southeast, and by extension in Nigeria. So that's why.
Why do you think so?
Because people will be disappointed, and when people are fed up, they no longer fear anything again. The worst will be death, and when people no longer fear death, they have reached a limit where they become dangerous human beings, and that is where this judiciary is pushing us to, and that's the reason why the Mr. President needs to halt this, so that we don't get to that level. Because that is what will happen. We don't even need, you see, they can charge you for anything. I do not.
All right, let's look at the judgment has been fixed. His judgment on terrorism charge against him has been fixed for 20th of this month. Supposing the case does not go the way of Nnamdi Kanu, are you foreseeing probably tension in the southeast?
Not just tension, there might not be election in the southeast, and by extension in Nigeria. So that's why.
Why do you think so?
Because people will be disappointed, and when people are fed up, they no longer fear anything again. The worst will be death, and when people no longer fear death, they have reached a limit where they become dangerous human beings, and that is where this judiciary is pushing us to, and that's the reason why the Mr. President needs to halt this, so that we don't get to that level. Because that is what will happen. We don't even need, you see, they can charge you for anything. I do not, because of the honor done to me by President Tinubu, there are certain things that I have kept to myself that I don't want to reveal. So much I have seen injustice. Injustice has been meted out to me personally. As at the time I was abducted, I was holding the hands of the former governor of Kano State, Malam Ibrahim Shekarum. The emir of Dutse, his representative, was behind. The former governor of Kogi State, Captain Idris Wada, was coming behind us too. It was in their presence I was by Benga Adeyeye, known as Aluta Pilot. And because they told them that I am an imam, one of them brought out alcohol and forced me to drink. And that was the first time I took alcohol. But there are so many things worse than what I have just said. I have kept that to myself because of the honor done to me by Mr. President. But if they don't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we'll come out and tell the full story. All those that are involved will say it. Let them come and take my life too. So all of these things, they can charge anybody for anything. They brought out gun. Since I was born till this moment, people, the only thing they have ever complained about me is that Atiku is stubborn. Nobody has ever accused me of even stealing or attacking anybody. I have not slapped anybody before. And let me even say that I want to exonerate the DG, because the DG, all the things they plan, they actually plan for me to be there throughout my tenure as Nans president, so that their thug will take over. Ladoja Olushola, who hit me in the eye, and Yinka Dada, who is the former Nans president, who stole my phone, with Olushola.
But how are you sure, the allegations you are making, how are you sure that they stole your phone? Since, did you see them with it? Is there any evidence to...
They abducted me now. My phones were with me. They abducted me and took my phone. How am I? And I saw them and I also know them. I have known them before now. They stole Salahuddin Lukman asked me to put my PIN. I put my PIN. And then they took away my phones. This country, they can frame anybody up. And that's why I'm passionate about this Nnamdi Kanu's case, because they have done this to me. So if you take terrorists, I'll just say this, in short, anybody you say even is a criminal in this country, I don't even believe. Because I have never held gun in my hand. I have friends who are police, DSS, military. In short, I even have friends who are generals in the Nigerian army. Because I studied computer science, I know that when subjected to forensic examination, your hand, they can know whether you have held a gun before or what kind of gun before. So even if you keep it, I will not touch it. If the DG had carried out what they wanted, then maybe I would have been killed by now, or even after raising, I would have been assassinated. We need something that will work. I don't care if you like to bring all Yoruba, as long as the system will work, but they must be competent. If you like, bring all Igbos. Okay, why are we not complaining that the Super Eagles of Nigeria is dominated by Igbos? Okay, because we want to win, ba? Why are we not complaining? Because we want to win. If you want good results, look for the best people. The guy, you see, the operation in the DSS, they don't even have, they don't know how to gather intelligence at all. They are behaving as if they are combatant. Throughout my stay in DSS facility, every time they bring me out, only one man I was always afraid of meeting. And that's the deputy director in charge of investigation, because he is always very calm. I saw intelligence, very calculative. I said, Kai, I always fear him, but he will never shout. But
all right, let's wrap up this way. What will you tell the president about the Southeast who feel that they need healing? The killings in the Southeast, how can we stop it? The people of the Southeast continuous complain about marginalization. How can we address this? What do you have to say to the president?
The marginalization is real. And that is why I'm appealing. Well, first, release their son. They love him. And this same is their son, is their leader. They love him, they respect him. They want him released. He is the only person in the entire of the Southeast at the moment that can say, all of you, put down your weapons. Not with force. Okay, you have sent military there. They have not been able to achieve that. A man that can tell them to put down their weapons and they will listen to him, why will you keep him in custody? Those that are giving you contrary advice to what we are telling you now, they don't mean well. We want peace in the Southeast. These people will be able to help your government to improve and also improve livelihood because they are hardworking. You don't, with this agitation, okay, during the last protest, even in the Southeast, all shops were closed. The roads were empty because of one man. Which governor do you think in the entire of the Southeast can command such respect? So release him. The marginalization is real. When I talk to my brothers in the North, they come and tell me, oh, do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you are talking about, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are the ones that killed Sardauna? I say, was it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that killed Sardauna? They say, no, it was the Igbos. I say, okay, what about the Igbos that were killed by our own brothers? That, you see, what happened in 1966, a long time ago, the major who took the decision did not consult all the Igbos before he took the decision. It was his own decision. And that decision, many Igbos lost their lives again as a result of the counter-coup. Do you know how Ironsi was also killed? I always want a balanced argument, not just arguing because out of a sentiment. Do you know how Ironsi was also killed? There was a counter-coup, and many Igbos lost their lives. So now we cannot continue like that. I'm not an Igbo man before anybody will come and say, oh, because you're an Igbo man, is your brother. I'm only being objective, and because I don't even have
Based
any...
on personal interaction as well.
Based on personal interaction and the reality on ground. I don't have any place I can run to.